I work from home and my job is relaxed and doesn't require me to be glued to the screen. My girlfriend works in a stressful customer service job and most of her days are terrible. In the 2 years we've been living together, I do practically all the chores around the house and I try to treat her like a queen when she comes back home. However, I can't do one thing as a handyman no matter how easy the task is. A few months ago, the bathroom door hinges needed replacing, so I called a friend to help. I don't fix or learn to fix new things, and I told my girlfriend this, no matter how easy it is, because when I was a teen, my dad started teaching me how to fix stuff around the house. It only lasted a few months because he'd always get angry and insult me if I took too long to learn something. Finally, he told me I was stupid and that he wouldn't be wasting his time on me anymore. I still became nervous and scared to this day because it brings back bad memories, and I'd rather call a friend or pay for a technician, even for simple tasks. Last week during lunch with her parents, I asked her dad about the project he was working on. He does woodworking as a hobby. He showed me the progress on his phone and suggested I should help him with the last touches. My girlfriend told him that I couldn't even replace door hinges, let alone help with that. Her mom said that every man should know how to fix things around the house, and her husband agreed with her. The remainder of lunch was very awkward, and it was like they were my birth parents and were disappointed in me for being a huge failure. After leaving, I told my girlfriend that I didn't expect their reaction, but instead of taking my side, she said they were right because it was embarrassing that I needed to call a friend to help with something trivial. I reminded her that I get nervous and anxious every time I touch a tool. I admitted it was stupid, but it's just the way I am, and I've been very honest with her from the beginning. Still, she didn't change her mind. I told her that since their idea of being a man is twisted, I must share the same view and start working on being their version of a man. I told her that I would stop cooking for her, and I'll stop doing the dishes, laundry and cleaning. The only thing that I would keep doing is taking the trash out and grocery shopping, so I could focus my time and effort on becoming a man. Now she's mad and tired, so I'm starting to feel like an idiot for mistreating her. Not the idiot, and I'm about to pull up with some petty crap as a woman, but you should hit her with the, since I do all the housework, I've decided you make a crap woman and you need to step up to the man or woman plate. Your choice of which, but right now you're neither. That gendered thinking is a deal breaker. Do you identify as a man? Then you are man enough. Even worse is that she didn't have his back when her parents belittled him. If he stays with her, that's unlikely to change for the better, so he better get used to this kind of abuse. Personally, I go, nope, out of that. Why would you stay with someone who speaks of you like that to their family? Tell her it's the 21st century and she should be able to fix her damn doors. You're being taken advantage of here. She should be doing her own share of the chores. You both have jobs, share all chores equally. If this continues, you might have to show her the door, literally, because it seems like there's little respect here. I will be direct. If she thinks that, you should leave her because in the future she will make you suffer. I talk from my experience. I stayed 4 years with someone that always told me I wasn't a man, and to this day, 5 years later, I feel like crap and that I'm not enough. Everyone's the idiot here. Your girlfriend and her parents dismissed you and your skills. They also ridiculed you for failing to adhere to gender stereotypes. That's on them. But you're not handling this well. You either need to talk to your girlfriend and remind her she should respect and accept you for who you are, and she should do so, or walk away from the relationship. Your "I'm not going to do the cooking and cleaning anymore" shtick is petty and immature. OP, seriously, picking up a tool gives you anxiety. Changing a hinge is not rocket science, even if you admitted it was an easy job. Get some therapy, man, and if you do take the time to learn how to do some simple fixes around the house, do it for yourself and not your girlfriend or her family. I want to start by saying that my, female 29, husband, male 35, comes from a well-off family and most of his friends are well-off. Unlike my family and me, we come from humble, working class and don't own a lot of assets as my in-laws do. My husband cares about appearances. At first, he didn't try to control how I looked but bought me things he said I'd love, but nothing was my style. After my marriage, he sat with me, telling me I get 100% to choose how I look, except when I'm with him or his family, and introduced me to brands to choose my new clothes from, and I started wearing them whenever I'm with his family and friends. However, it limited my choice of what to wear because I'm more into simple things. For his friend's birthday, which was celebrated at an upscale restaurant, my husband bought me a $300 dress to wear, but I wasn't too fond of many things about it. I told him I'd just wear my $60 floral maxi dress. He didn't think it was a good idea and said I was violating the rules he gave me after we married, but I said the dress he bought wasn't my style. I said I either wear my dress or not go. He said fine, then whatever, but still wasn't happy. We got to the restaurant and no one said anything about my dress except his other friend who said I looked great. After dinner, my husband moved quickly and spilled wine all over my chest and lap. He freaked out and said that he thankfully had a replacement, then pulled out the $300 he previously wanted me to wear out of the bag. This whole time I couldn't help but think he deliberately spilled the wine on my floral dress to force me into wearing the other dress. He handed me the dress and told me to go change. I got up, but instead of going to the restroom, I made my way to the door. He asked me to wait, but I kept walking while opening my phone to get an Uber to get me home. I stood outside and started arguing with him. He said he didn't get why I was behaving like this and embarrassing both him and myself like that. I said that he looked down on my dress and tried to trick me into wearing what he wanted by spilling wine on me. He told me to go back inside, but I said I wouldn't move till my Uber arrived. He threw a fit calling me an embarrassment and stood there till I left. At home, he said I could have worn the dress and not made a scene, and then doubled down and walked out. Again, I said he disrespected my choices and implied that I was an embarrassment. He said he was just calling a spade and I should quit acting so insensitive and getting offended over nothing. He said I made a joke out of him in front of his friends, and one of them, the one who complimented my dress and the one who constantly tries to video chat with me whenever he sees me online, tried to call me, but I didn't respond because he made me feel uncomfortable. He always makes me feel uncomfortable by constantly seemingly flirting with me. He's 2 years older than my husband and has been overstepping and flirting with me every chance he gets. I told my husband, but he brushed me off and then accused me of trying to isolate him from his friends by making stuff up. I'm 100% not, and I've picked up on his friend's bad vibes since I met him. He comes over more frequently, and I just can't tell him to leave. Am I the idiot? Did I handle this right? Not the idiot, but what the actual heck to just be sitting on a spare dress through a whole dinner? That's unhinged. Why are you with someone who gives you rules on what you can wear? That's insane and controlling. Not the idiot, OP, your husband is very controlling. Choosing what you'll wear even when you clearly express how it's not your style, orchestrating a scheme when you refuse to wear what he wants and getting mad when you won't have it and calling him out on it is all just proof of that. Get out before it gets worse, because trust me, it will with time. He seems just to want to parade you like a trophy to others. And his friend is not a good person. Your husband is controlling and he has friends who want to bang you. What does he bring to your life that's worth it? And really sit down and think to yourself, if my best friend, mother or sister was telling me that their husband did this to them, would I tell them to deal with it, or would I be helping them get away? Girl, run. You're surrounded by men that are not trustworthy and who you should never be drinking around. Your husband looks like a very controlling person. If he wanted you to wear something expensive, he could have at least taken you out shopping with him to get an expensive dress if he cares about appearances that much. He 100% deserves what happened to him. My partner and I celebrated our 5th anniversary on the 21st, a day before my sister's wedding. I decided to propose the day of the anniversary to make it even more memorable. After I came home, I announced our engagement in our group chat, consisting of 6 people, my parents, sister, her then fiancé, now husband, brother and grandma. Everyone congratulated us heartily, including my sister. But then my sister sent me a private text saying that she was hurt that I stole her thunder by proposing on the day before her wedding. She said that I should have at least waited till after her wedding to announce the news. I was shocked and told her that I wasn't planning to announce the engagement at her wedding or something stupid like that. I just told the family, but she didn't listen to me. I was the bridesmaid the next day and she acted really cold with me throughout, especially when the people from the group chat privately congratulated me enthusiastically. Am I the idiot here? You are the idiot, not for proposing the day before, but like your sister said, you could have waited to tell people the day after the wedding. What you did was in bad taste. You knew this would cause an issue and you did it anyway. You should have kept it to yourself until after the wedding. You are the idiot. I guarantee if the sister would announce a pregnancy a day before OP's future wedding, we'd have a new post about how OP's sister stole her thunder, how everyone at the OP's wedding was focused on the sister and her pregnancy. Unfortunately, some people are so self-absorbed that they lack the most basic common courtesy. Newsflash, the world does not revolve around you. Given how expensive and meaningful weddings are, waiting 48 hours wouldn't have killed you, OP. I don't get the take most people on this thread have. Can't the family be excited for both of the sisters? Does the family congratulating one sister take away the importance of the other? Maybe this is an American thing, but where I live there is no such "the wedding is all about me and how dare my family also be happy for their other daughter" thing. So I think that OP is not the idiot. I think the same. It would be a different story if it was announced on the wedding day, but it was the day before, and only to the immediate family, so I don't see the problem. Or maybe it's a cultural difference. In my culture it would be considered as adding good things, which brings more luck and happiness. Geez, you didn't steal anyone's thunder. This bridal possessiveness over a stupid day chaps my butt. Your sister needs to get over herself. It's unattractive to be so precious over things like that. My female 26 wedding was last week. It was amazing except for this issue that caused a fallout between my in-laws and me. My husband, 26, has a younger sister, 19, Cindy, who's disabled and has been in a wheelchair since she was little. I notice my in-laws do not make her a priority and never take her out or include her in any family event, and instead have her stay at home. I felt bad for her since the day I met her. She's sweet but looks broken and lonely. Mother-in-law started huffing because I tried to get Cindy to join us while eating dinner or going to the beach. She, mother-in-law, flat out told me she doesn't like Cindy to be outside to protect her from getting insensitive comments from people, even relatives, but in her tone I sensed that she was essentially trying to hide her. I talked to my husband and mother-in-law about wanting Cindy to be at the wedding. They declined, saying that she would take away the attention when it should be on us, and said they couldn't stand having guests asking questions or making comments about her. We had an argument over this, and I insisted she come and refused to let it go. My husband and mother-in-law finally agreed and said they'd bring her to the wedding. At the wedding, I noticed that she wasn't there as I looked closely. My husband lied, saying they brought her, but she had to be taken back to get her medicine. I waited and felt like he and his mom were lying and stalling. So I went to ask others if they saw her, and my husband and mother-in-law finally confessed to leaving her at home. I got mad at them and then immediately had someone go over to mother-in-law's house to get Cindy. My husband and mother-in-law started arguing about what I did and said I was acting recklessly and irrationally. I told them it wasn't okay that they excluded their own flesh and blood from the wedding, and told them that hiding her and acting like she was something to be ashamed of was appalling. Cindy arrived with my husband's aunt, who was with her at the time, and I had them sit nearby. I made sure that Cindy enjoyed her time despite feeling out of place. However, my husband and mother-in-law were angry with me, and mother-in-law said that what I did showed how I would be treating them for years to come by overriding their wishes and disrespecting them. I said that Cindy's presence wasn't hurting anyone, but my husband said I ruined the wedding by making a scene and fussing over this. This set the tone for the rest of the week. He's still upset with me and keeps having conversations with his mom about what happened and making me out to be the disrespectful one in this situation. Not the idiot. Why do you want to be with this man? Seriously, he's clearly an idiot. You may be able to get an annulment at this point and be able to avoid the whole divorce situation. If you were to have a child with a disability, how would he and his family treat them? I'm sorry, remind me again why you went through the wedding with this man. Is this really the man you want to grow old with? Will he be with you in sickness and in health? What if you need strong medical assistance one day and end up with a disability from an accident, illness, or just old age? Will he hide you at home or leave you? If he can't even be there for his sister, he won't be there for you. He sounds like a spineless coward. Doesn't want to make waves. He doesn't want to jeopardize any potential inheritance by standing up to his parents' behavior. The fact that he'd lie to his wife on their wedding day about it is a small preview of the life you can expect to lead with this guy. Him saying you ruined the wedding is also a big marinara flag. Male teen here. My parents divorced 3 years ago. I'm on the spectrum, but due to a combination of late diagnosis and bad communication, I didn't really understand what that meant until 6th grade. So I have a general sense of what isn't appropriate, but not so much why or why not. To start, yes, I know chores are necessary. That's not the argument. The problem I have is my mom seems convinced they're enjoyable and a treat. I swear she tried to reward us for spending a day gardening with her by having us clean our rooms. Seriously, so weird. My siblings and I have just gone along with it because if she gets upset, she starts crying and everything has to stop until we make her feel better. Anyway, last Saturday we helped her with spring yard work, mowing, weeding, etc. Now, I get it has to be done, so I won't say whole day wasted or anything, but come dinner, I was hot, tired, and frankly just not in a good mood. Mom noticed, but I just said I was tired to avoid a scene. The next day, I'm planning to go out with friends to see the new Doctor Strange movie, and my mom asks where I'm going. I tell her, and she says she thought I'd want to do more chores. I said no. She asked why. I said, because I want to have fun today. Well, I knew I messed up because she started crying, so instead of trying to comfort her, I just took off before she could start the guilt tripping. Things have been tense around here, and my siblings are mad because I left them to clean up the mess I made. Mom has been extra short with me, and I want to know if I missed something. Not the idiot. Something isn't right with your mom. That's not normal behavior. People shouldn't burst into tears over small things like that. She needs to see a doctor or a therapist and get some help. And I think the entire planet knows that chores aren't fun and kids don't like to do chores. So get your mum to go see a doctor or a therapist, please. Listen, this is going to be a tough few years at times. Your mom is definitely struggling emotionally and mentally, and unfortunately, she's using crying to manipulate you and your siblings. I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. She sounds lonely, but that is not your responsibility. The best thing you can do is not let her tears impact you. By this, I mean completely ignore them. That's hard to do, especially when it's your mom, but it's what she needs. Do your best to get through this time. Get help and advice from your dad, and stick together as siblings.